Oh, far out, eh? Beekeeping 101. The other day, my lovely wife, she was here doing the gardening, and she says, heck, them girls are getting pretty busy and buzzing me, so I don't know. What are you going to do about them in my backyard? So I got to thinking that my wife probably isn't the only one with this problem, with bees in their backyard. So I thought I might make ourselves a bee chimney, so they can get up a bit higher in their flight pathway above our heads. And I thought, hell, that was pretty clever, and then I Googled up, and next thing you know, someone else has already made it up, but we're going to make our own here at the Bush Bee Man Show, so I'm not using anybody else's plan, so help, help! Okay, I know, I can hear the internet in outrage already. Look, I've got a notepad, a tape measure, and even a pencil to take notes. Oh my God. Phew, hopefully we don't get stung making the thing. You never know, this might be an added extra program that the FlowHive boys could add in the future. Ah, you never know, crazier things have happened. Hey chicks, how you going? Here comes the Bush Bee Man to make a chimney. I can hear him saying, are you crazy? Well, probably, but anyway, we'll find out. Okay, I reckon we don't need a lot of measurements. I just want to know how wide it is across here. And it reckons it's basically 350. Yes, ladies, I know you're not happy to see me. So don't sting me on the ear. You are not gonna be happy with me. Get away, get, go on, I'm not doing anything. Thank you. Go. So I reckon 350, so they've got the little landing board, and the rest of it really is just how high it needs to be, which I was watching you, you're 6 foot, so I figure it's got to go above the fence. So I think it needs to be basically 200, I reckon. What do you reckon, 200 high? 200 high by 350 wide, and the rest of it we can make shit up. And I want to go now, John, because they're in my ear saying, go away! Get off, you! Man, I seem to have so much stuff stored in so many places. It's been half my time driving around. Just as well I'm a beekeeper, I guess, because I'm used to travelling. Anyway, we're going to have a bit of a look here and see whether we should use these floorboards. I've got 2 options to go with. I've got some new stuff and I've got some old stuff. So we're going to put it up for a vote, okay? But since you guys aren't actually here in person, I guess I'm going to have to vote with myself. So I have to let my left hand have one vote and my right hand have the other vote. And so we'll go left hand for old wood, right hand for good new wood. I'm not sure who's going to get the deciding vote, but we'll leave that to your imagination. Now, of course, the scabby part of me decided thinking to himself that maybe he should cut up the old wood. But then the other more conservative part of me who's trying to make this look cool thinks perhaps not everybody's going to have shitty old floorboards laying around in their blooming storage pile. So I think the right hand's going to win and we're going to run with the new boards. I reckon that's what's going to happen. So everybody put your right hand up and say, new boards are us. I'm just trying to decide how many I actually need. The lovely wife was telling me the other day, if you bring any more of that crap around my house, I can't move now, just stop it. So when she ends up with a pile of floorboards in her backyard, she'll be like, what are you doing, you lunatic? So we might just try and take the right amount, and I'll bet you any money you like we'll be back here tomorrow or the next day getting that one board that I should have taken with me. So I reckon that'll be 3 at a time. Right. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go with 6. What do you reckon? Oh, fucking it won't matter, will it? Yeah. Look at that. Nothing else. We're breeding earwigs. I guess it could be worse. There could be termites. Stuff it. We might as well bring them all, mightn't we, in the end? Have a look at that. There's another project I haven't got finished. There's me bird box bees. It's kind of fascinating how they put all the propolis in the door to make a smaller opening. Mind you, it's not a very big box, so I don't know. Do you know how far out the back it is before you have to actually put a flag on something? I don't know. Maybe we should Google up and find out how far out the back it's allowed to stick. That sounds like a lot of hard work. Mind you, it'd be a lot cheaper than it would be to pay the fine, wouldn't it? You tie enough rope around enough stuff, it'll hold. There we go. Safe as houses, as me dad would say. I wanted to use to say of my building projects. Hopefully this isn't going to be the case out of this project. Hell, that looks so good, Mark. A blind man would at least be happy to see it. Now, I'm not really sure whether that was an insult or what, but I'm pretty sure it was. As I'm wandering across here and contemplating this project, I just wonder how wide our chimney should be. Because I guess if it was wide enough, they'll turn it into part of the hive. Anyway, what's the worst thing that can happen? This could be the prototype. I think we might have to cut one board in half, I reckon. Or maybe we'll use a different piece of wood. But hang on, we'll go over here and measure this for a start. We need it to be 350 wide. So of course nothing ever is the right size, is it? So that's going to be 120, 240, 360. Well, that's pretty close. Hell, that's close enough for me anyway. Close enough for this project. So we'll have one wall that way and then we'll have to figure out the other wall. Oh golly. This will be like most of my projects. I'll start doing it and then I'll figure out where it's going to go. We could use this edge as the flat part and that could be the width of it. And the girls could run down the hole. Of course, it's not going to be quite long enough and it's going to be too long. So that means we're going to have to cut up 4 of them. I'm thinking we'll make it a little bit longer. So we'll make it 240. 2,400 for you people that like to do millimetres, or 240 centimetres, or 24 with some zeros. Anyway, 2.4 is what I'm thinking. It's actually 2 metres, and then we'll add a bit of 400 on it, and then we can cut that off if we don't like it. How's that? I've found out with wood, it's a damn sight harder to put it back on than it is to cut it off. So I reckon that'll work. We'll go with that. That'll give us a bit of extra. 4 by 24. That's almost a rhyme. Hell, that's a true rhyme show. Hang on, just flip over there if you want to see what's happening in the rhyme world. The wife's been growling me about all this shit in my shed, so she's dropped the Dyson vacuum cleaner out here for me in the vain hopes that I might tidy up. Going by these spider webs, I don't think it's gone very well. Well, I don't think I'm the most expertise in woodwork dude. Luckily the show's not called Woodworking with the Bush Bee Man, it's just called Bush Bee Man trying to do something with wood. Hey, that nearly got a ring to it and all. 2 of the biggest considerations that I can see with this whole chimney project is somehow or other the ladies have to be able to ventilate their hive, which thankfully with the FlowHive that we're using has a ventilated base. But the other problem we've got is where do the ladies put the Queen's chamber pot? And where do the nappies go? And where does all the other crap that they want to throw out the front door of the hive and get cleaned up by the ants? So I'm coming up with an idea, and you'll just have to excuse my fabulous drawing, but I figure if this is our hive, like this, and then this FlowHive's got a little shelf here, or a little landing ledge, or whatever you want to call it. And so I thought if we make our chimney up here like this, and basically have a hole where they can enter it from the ramp, and have a sealed bit of wood there, I'll make that bit of wood so we can take it in and out, and chop this in here and put a bit of wire mesh across about there somewhere. So as when they put stuff in there, all the crap can fall down through the wire mesh and it should be good. And the upside of this plan, if it all goes to shit, I can just take it away and hell, just pretend it wasn't happening, except that fucking 50,000 people have already seen it or more. Whew, far out, that's hot. Shocking that I even own one, I bet. Wow, put that back in the shade. Woo. That's a very bad idea, John. That's still a bad idea. Okay, all you woodworkers, just calm down. Luckily it's too long. Just well, it doesn't have to be completely precise. What is it? MJ's cabinet measure. Not slightly. That's a smile of honesty if you've got in the kitchen. Cut to measure. Or made to measure, isn't it? Or something like that. Oh, shut up, you. I was just thinking when the cameraman was getting his battery, you don't have to actually use floorboards for this project, by the way. If you happen to have some flat timber that's the right size, feel free to do that. Just that I happen to have some floorboards laying around, so there's not going to be any blooming instructions in the notes, But you do not have to use floorboards. As a matter of fact, it'd be probably less of a shit show if you didn't use them. So we just try and tap these boards together a bit. That's usually a fun job. What are we doing? What are you doing, you stupid boards? Honestly. Not going to be that clever, am I? Oh, I only want to be up one way. Of course, it would be too easy otherwise, wouldn't it? I think we're going to have to put a bit of a support beam to hold these together somehow. Maybe we might do that before we try to do any more. It's nicely joined up down here. A couple of these bottom boards that have never actually found a home.
Oh, look at that, that is perfect. Oh, made to measure.
Just wondering if I just use the nail gun or whether I should get some screws.
How bloody rough do you reckon a bloke should be, honestly?
Decisions.
Oh, this is why you should have a plan, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if I've got some screws over here in the screw department. Don't film this bit, I made it sound official. I was pretending I actually did have a screw department.
Oh, where's it? Moving it. Come on.
Everything but what you want, isn't that always the way? Doesn't matter how many screws you own, you've never got the right one. Keep digging, there'll be something here, surely. Surely there'll be something. If not, there's going to be a nail gun. Oh, this thing's got 70 cricket. Oh, that looks like one. Look at that. I had a battery drill here somewhere. Oh, I was using that a minute ago. Where did I put that, John? Like everything else in my life, it's just disappeared. Oh, come on, where did I put it? Honestly. I thought we'd better have a look and to see how high off the ground our entry point needs to be. Mind you, having a look at this, we could probably adjust it a bit with our bricks anyway. But let's give us a rough idea where we should go to. I reckon, yeah, well, there you go. If we make it 350 off the ground, or maybe 300, because I'm going to put something solid underneath it because it's only made out of pine and I don't really want that sitting in the dirt. Because that doesn't do it any good. Make ourselves a bit of a rough opening. Perhaps it'll sit there at the edge of that. Oh, John, I don't know, lad. This could be rather interesting, but you never know. Hopefully we can get it to work, but yeah, well, if we don't wreck the actual FlowHive, then it will be a complete disaster if they don't like it, will it? Yeah, but anyway, I think, what is the old saying around this farm? Might be good, might be shit, and the bees will get to decide anyway in the end. Let's go back to the workshop, such as it is. Just trying to work out how we'll actually make this as a junction. I'm thinking perhaps if we put something like that, basically underneath where we want to be, and one above where we want to be, and then we could create, yeah, a proper little ledge. Maybe. I don't know. Bloody hell. Probably be easier if I had a plan, but anyway, where would be the fun in that? I reckon we'll give this a try and we'll see what happens. So we make it 300 high, is that what we were saying, weren't we? And I reckon we'll screw that bit and we'll make a bit of a gap. So I guess what we've got to do is cut some pieces first, don't we? Oh, actually, it's probably got to go in there. No, it doesn't, because it's going to go on the outside, isn't it? The crowd goes wild. Right. Oh, this is critical review, isn't it? Now, the next exciting part that I can think of is we've got to cut a hole in this jolly thing somehow. Any great advice as to how big the hole should be? No, of course not. I'm just listening to see if I can hear you yelling at me from in the internet. Nah. Yell louder, because I don't know what's going on out there. Here we go. Shit, that's a square. What the hell happened there? That? At least cut it in a straight line, you ruffian. Maybe if I turn my ruler around, it's on the straight edge. Oh, mate. Hopefully the bees don't look too closely. So I reckon if we screw either side of this, because when we cut through here, we're going to have all sorts of excitement. Then we'll cut that out, put that there, so then the shelf can come in here, do you think? Actually, that won't be any good either, will it? Then they'll have to run down the shelf and over the top. I'm just thinking if the shelf's sitting here, like that, then the hole has to be above where the shelf's going to be sitting. Otherwise, it's, it's not very friendly. Perhaps it needs to be above where that's going to be. Then the hole needs to be above there. Or does it need to be the other way around? Because I'm just thinking because the girls will end up running into a wall, they'll have to drag the dead bees up over the cliff. This is where they cut extra wood, so this might just be the prototype. I reckon we'll just sit the ledge in a little bit, run along, down, in, up, and then up. Because what I want to have is this part here, so as they can drop their, I don't know, debris and dead bees and the queen's chamber pot and the occasional nurse bee's nappy off the edge, and it can get stored up in here and the ants can chew it up. Otherwise, I've made a few other observation hives, and if you don't leave them a spot where they can get all the crap out of the hive, it ends up at the bottom and it's a hell of a mess. Well, I think that's what we'll do. If all else fails, I was just thinking we could always put some mirrors in this and we'll make ourselves a telescope for the war. So we can, in the trenches they had a bloody mirror either way, and then you could look over the top of the trench and see whether the opposition was shooting at you or not. It was probably more effective than the helmet on a stick idea. I mean, at least you could see what was going on. Anyway, let's cut some shit up. I digress. If a bloke was professional, how the bloody hell is a fella going to cut that hole? Any good suggestions? I think I'm going to try this crazy wood thing. Where's my... Have I still got an angle grinder? Ha! There it is. Look at that. Safely put away. Now all I've got to do is see if I can find the bit. Oh, no, look at that. I even got that still. Ah! It's amazing. Yeah, anybody would think I'd put it away properly. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch. One of these wood saws on my angle grinder, I bloody cut some tiles with it accidentally and it did not improve it. So if that's what this is, we're in trouble. Yes, I know. Professional people throw shit out that doesn't work anymore, but let's not get carried away. Don't try that in your woodwork shop. Look at that! That'd amaze you, wouldn't it? How flash is that? Set this edge off here a bit. Try not to hit the bench with your chisel. Right. Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, look at that, that's crazy. Look at that. Oh, shit. I wonder whether Ned Kelly would be proud of me. Ah, look out, we're in Glen Rowan. That is not... Anyway, I guess it'll warp a little bit when it's out there in the weather. That's still not ideal. Golly gosh. I suppose if we get some droppers and hook it all together, it'll be alright. You can hear the crowd yelling with enthusiasm out there in internet land. If I've got any sandpaper, I had some sandpaper the other day. I know where that is. That's out by the FlowHive, wet from last night's shower rain. It's alright, we can smooth it off with my chisel. Because I'm going to sit some hardwood, I reckon, like along here, so it's not, these aren't sitting right in the dirt. But I reckon if I put a bit of mesh across here, so then when they drop the chamber pot down the hole, it can fall through the mesh, and the ants can have a nibble on the shit. You reckon the bee will get through that? Would they? Would they climb through that, you reckon? Oh, come on, don't be such Don't be such a squib. It'll be alright. Where are we going to go? How wide does this thing have to be, eh? Around about there. I'm just working on making a bit of a landing board. Oh shit, if all else fails I can turn it into a letterbox. The reason it's wobbly isn't technically my fault, I just didn't use anything that was square. I'd get any awards for straightness. Now, I figure we need a roof. Bees are going to have somewhere to land. After they've crawled up there, they'll need to have a bloody smoko break. And I was thinking that the side of an old bee box, look at this, I got an old bee box that she's gone a bit crooked, she's a bit warped because some slack pillock hadn't made it yet. I thought perhaps if we just sat that on there, that'd make a roof. I was just thinking I might actually cut the struts on a bit of an angle so as when we put the roof on it'll actually have a bit of a tilt to it. Mind you, don't think there'll be too big a roof space. Just a little bit more adjustment needed. If you're doing this following along at home, actually cut this angle on your other saw before you get to this point would be more sense. There you go, you see, you can learn from the mistakes as a bloke goes forward with this project. Bum-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. About a 40% chance of success here at the minute I'm up to, I think. Hopefully we got it somewhere near there. You wouldn't think it'd be that important, would you? The only time I'm trying to straighten anything up. Mate.
Look at that! Looks like a chimney! Woot woot!
Sorry, that was a train. They have chimneys too. Right, I think I need a coffee before we actually put this thing up right. We'll probably have to find ourselves some droppers or something to hold this thing in the air. Yeah, well look at that, that was more angle than I had anticipated. The girls can make it through there one way or another, I guess. I wonder how many spiders are going to live in this bee chimney. Golly gosh. I think we're up to the point where we're going to put a little bit of a mesh on the bottom. I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to hold that there, but I don't know if I'll go and steal the wife's staple gun, do you reckon? She's at work at the minute, so I could probably whip in and take it, use it, and hopefully put it back. Hopefully. Had me worried for a minute. I thought maybe I hadn't put it back last time I borrowed it, but whew, luckily. So here we go, a little few staples on here. Ooey-dooey, eh? Turn it over and do the other side a bit. Hopefully the bees can't get out, but the ants can get in. Now I know ants and bees are not the ideal, but the idea is that they can eat leftovers. Anyway, we'll find out. Right. Now, before we do anything else, we'll put this back in the wife's house. When she watches this episode, she's going to go, and first thing she'll do is probably go and have a look as to where the slack ass put it back. I shall return. I don't think my smoke is very smoky. Anyway, I thought the first thing we need to do is get ourselves levelled up. That'd be a good start, and get this brick out the way a bit. So I reckon we'll give them a little puff, and then we're going to pull it apart so we got the top off, and then we can straighten it up I'm going to move it towards the front of these bricks and pull the other brick up a bit so as it's not on such a weird angle. This probably needed to happen anyway, even if we weren't building our bee tower or chimney or whatever we're going to call this. I don't think there's much smoke happening. We'll take our little roof here. Oh, there's a bit of noise. Hello, chicks. Look at you go. Oh, that's looking pretty cool. We might actually have to see if we can get some honey out of here, John. That looks like there's some... Hang on, we got to have a look now. Yeah, you got me curious now. Any idea we've left the jolly, the keyway to actually harvest this stuff?
That'll be the next thing. My mum's hidden it from me and I don't know where it is.
Gently, gently, Mr. Bentley. Ooh, feels like it's pretty heavy.
Oh, look at that lot. Now there you go.
How's that for a flow frame? We're definitely going to have to find the keyway. Very cool. Well done, chicks. It's been an interesting exercise getting some flow frames to fill up, because it's been such a stupid year. The girls would go out, they'd go foraging, they'd get all nice and organised, and next thing you know it'd be cold for a couple of weeks and then they'd eat all the honey back again. So this is exciting. We'll just crack them apart. This will get them excited. I think we're going to have to go and crank the spoker up properly because they're not happy to see us. Okay, ready? Whoa, look at that. Since we've got it apart, we might as well have a look at what the brood's doing. Might as well give it a bit of an inspection. Let's see what we can see. At the bottom of the deep blue CCC. Oh, that looks alright. They look pretty good to me. I haven't seen the boss yet, but that's alright. She's obviously in here, otherwise they wouldn't have all this brood going on. Putting our first frame back so we know where we are. Try to put them back where they came from, that sort of helps them. Oh, that's nice and light. Cool. Now, I was just going to move it forward on this brick a bit and lift this brick back up again so we can get a bit more level. Obviously still need it to slope back a little bit, but not quite as much as it was. But that looks pretty good. Not that I've measured that, but hopefully we'll get the front nice and flush there so our upright can go here. I don't know, that's my rough plan. Oh. I know why people have 8-frame boxes now, because it's quite a lot lighter than a 10-frame. There we go, that looks cool. There's a bit more weight in this because this is where all the honey is. Amazing how much heavier that is than the brood box. Okay. Looking good, girls. Right. On to the next bit of fun. I think this might be a little enthused, John. Golly gosh. Maybe I've got carried... Oh, shit! Maybe I've got carried away. Oh, help. Oh, I'm going to need your muscles. Where am I going? Hell, I got lost. I'm delirious. Golly. Right. Now, hopefully, we've got this sort of worked out at the right height. Oh, look at that. So when we scratch a little bit of bark away, we should be about right. Hell, is that going to fall on your head? You won't be happy with that. It's a bit more safer. Yeah, wow, that got him excited. If we put these bits of hardwood on the ground and then sit this on top of it, was my thought pattern, but I don't know. Getting the height right might be interesting, mightn't it? No, this bit of wood's a bit longer than it needs to be. I guess as it goes right, I can move it along. I'm not sure whose idea this was, but
I think it was yours, but I encouraged it.
Oh, that makes sense. Sounds a bit like this show in general, doesn't it? Let's see if we got that somewhere near level. Oh, John. We're close.
The wood's too far apart.
Hey?
I'm
just getting the heights right. I might just go and cut this piece in half because I don't think it needs to be anywhere near this big. Looks like we've got to put them a bit closer together. Not everybody can be as clever as you. Look at that multi-purpose tool, this hive tool. You can go digging with it. Get sick of beekeeping, I could go mining. Anyway, right. What do you reckon? Right, here we go. It's attempt number 7.
There's a great big gap there.
Yeah, but we're gonna fix that. Theoretically, we're gonna put another lid here, and then I'm gonna put a piece of wood on top of it, and then fill in the holes. I hope.
That wasn't very confident, I hope.
Yeah, well, a bit like everything else I do, isn't it? Except that you all get to come along for the journey. Normally I can just do crazy shit and no one has to worry about me. I can just brag to the wife when she gets home and say, hey, look how clever I am. Right, now, the next thing I think I have to go and get is a little piece of wood for this next excitement. At the right height, hopefully. So then I can sit another piece of wood on top of all those bits of wood as the joining up part, and then I'll fill in this gap in here as well. The girls are not happy now. They're like, what the hell happened? No. You reckon that could just stay there for a minute?
Maybe.
If I hear a loud crash, I know it was not a good idea. This isn't exactly what I had in mind, but it's going to do for a minute. I think I just want to see how the girls orientate, and then once they get themselves organised, we will probably have to take this away and give it a paint and make it cool, and we'll see. But I reckon there you go. That's how you make yourself a bee tower. We'll come back and see if the girls have enjoyed the transition in a month or so. Thank you. Don't forget, click like, subscribe, and hell, send us your pictures of your chimney.